just after the preseason in year 5, where Connor McDavid has led the team with 16 points in 7 games. He's working at an over 2-point per game pace right now. It would be awesome if we can keep that up throughout the regular season. Probably not, though. I am going to go through settings right now, and I'm going to look at seeing if I can take off notifications on injuries. There we go. Injury return warning. There's playable minor league injuries. On just playable. That's all I care about. Having guys coming back when they're fully healed is a line. Let's increase the penalties. I didn't notice that. That was on. That was down one. And there we go. That's going to help. I was also told by Rex Havoc there's something about penalties or injuries. Let's see if I can find it here. Oh, nice trainer. There we go. Adaptive, going, shot lane. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Injuries on. Alright, preset, yes. See if that helps with injury occurrence. So to recap, last year at the deadline, I decided to blow up the net. I got rid of Carey Price. I brought in Connor McDavid. I also got rid of our top line center in the deal to bring back Connor McDavid and Skinner from Edmonton. Skinner I ended up signing to an 8-year, $5-point-something million contract. Let's take a look at the edit lines going into year 5. JC Von Arx, as many of you remember, I picked up in the draft 2 seasons ago. He has become my best left winger. I am happy with that. He is a sniper. He's going to be playing with McDavid and Mitch Marner. Who are both playmakers. I should be able to get him the puck. Hopefully he can improve on his, I think he had 20 goals last year. Yes, 20 goals, 13 assists for 33 points. He wasn't anywhere near the rookie lead, but he did impress enough to earn first line minutes going into this year. I tried him on the first line last year. He wasn't quite ready for that role. On defense, we went after the biggest fish in free agency and signed Alex Pietrangelo a year ago, I believe. Actually, he is, 6 years. He's 1 year into his 7-year contract with us. We had to go and get him. I will probably move him later on in his contract if he falls off. He's teamed up with our captain, Ryan McDonough, Derek Forbort, Mark Pizek, Carlo, and Van Riemsdyk. This is the first time I've had all greens on defense. In goal, we have Stuart Skinner and Malcolm Subban. Both are stars. Both Subban's 5 years older. Skinner is a young guy. 195 goals against average, $5.4 million salary. He's in the first year of his 8-year deal. That'll take him to age 30. Malcolm Subban is in the final year of a contract he had signed with the Golden Knights. He's got 292 average in the preseason. Hopefully that improves as the year goes on. As I would like to keep Malcolm, I was looking at the Nashville Predators put up PK on the trade block, but there's not enough worthwhile unless I possibly move McDonough, but I'll have to take a look see at the age of those two players, because that could be a deal worth it. Last year, Stanley Cup champions are Tampa Bay Lightning. Let's take a quick recap of the awards winners. So Tampa Bay Lightning won the Stanley Cup. The Dallas Stars took home the President's Trophy. Winnipeg went to the second Stanley Cup final, came up short. And the Tampa Bay Lightning took on the Prince of Wales. We go to player awards. Stuart Ross went to Schwartz. Schwartz took on the Hart. Carlson went with the James Norris. The Lady Bing went to Tyler Seguin. Jay Valeno took home the Calder. The Consummate Mike went to Andre Valesky. He also won the Vezina for the second year in a row. Scott Darling took home the William Jennings. Bill Masterson went to Mathiasen. Connor McDavid took on the Frank J. Salkin in a split year between Montreal and Edmonton. Schwartz took home the Ted Lindsay, and the Maurice Richard went to Alexander Ovechkin. For the first time, let's take a look at the AHL award winners. The Calder Cup went to the Springfield Thunderbirds. The McGregor Kilpatrick Trophy for the best overall regular season went to the Charlotte Checkers. They also took home their Eastern Conference Trophy. The Western Conference Trophy went to St. Louis, the St. Louis Notes. They also won their division. The San Diego Gulls won theirs. The Charlotte Checkers won their division. The Toronto Marlies won their division. The Springfield Thunderbirds took their division, and the Grand Rapids Griffins won theirs. The Laval Rockets took their division second year. That's the first time they won that award. The player awards: Robertson for Texas. Willie Marshall Award. Most goals during the regular season went to Samson. He also took home the Rookie of the Year award. The Eddie Shore went to Huxley. Nielsen took home the best goaltender. Huxley was most valuable player in the Calder Cup playoffs. Sportsmanship went to Zetterland. Spencer won the Community Award. And the Harry Hap Holmes Memorial Award with the lowest goals against average went to Stalick of the Charlotte Checkers. And we are back. Let's take a look now. Let's see how the Montreal Canadiens stack up throughout the first month of the season. Said no players will be on the waivers. So Von Arx is injured. I will go back in and manually edit my lines once he is back. I don't know why they want to keep putting Tyler Ennis on the left side when he's a right winger. One thing I have not looked at is I have to take a look at our special teams. Marner, David Lee, then no. That's a shot left, so that works. Cousins. And we have a trade. They want our 4th round, send us their 4th for a 5th, and Mr. O'Reilly, who's an unsigned player. I will accept that. I move up in the draft for next year and get rid of a player who I might not have signed anyway. So once again, a slow start to the season as Montreal went 5-4, opening the year up with a 5-2 loss to the Colorado Avalanche. Won 2 games in a row against St. Louis. Lost 3-2 to the LA Kings. Rallied back to beat the Anaheim Ducks the following night. Picked up a shootout win against Carey Price and the Edmonton Oilers for 7-2-1 now on the year. But lost to Ottawa. Picked up a huge win over Calgary. And closed out the month with a loss to the Phoenix Coyotes. So we can't seem to win more than 2 games in a row, which was our problem last year. Hopefully we can improve and pick up a couple more wins as the months go by. I'll take a look at stats at the end of November. Not a good start to the month so far. I'm seeing 2 losses. We pick up a shutout win. Oh, yeah, goaltenders aplenty out in the Western Conference. Or the Western Hockey League, I should say. There's 2 wins in a row. Follow the shootout loss. Regular loss. And Tyler Ennis has gone down with an injury. We'll move Joel Armia and Case up. What do we have for Peter Holland has been our extra guy. For Kingman. How do you not give at least a sniper a shot at the shootout? Wow, 3 straight losses and back-to-back losses. A shootout loss. Finally a win over Arizona. Another loss. We were 8-9-2 so far. 3-2 loss. 4-2 loss. Wow, we have fallen apart. I'm going to go best lines for a couple weeks and just see if, for the next month, to see if that sparks the team. Maybe there's chemistry issues that I'm not aware of. I'm going to see how that plays out. As we are 8-12-2. We pick up 3 wins, 8 losses. Ridiculous. Look at this. 1 loss, picked up our win. 2 wins, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 losses, picked up a win. 1, 2, 3, 4 more losses in a row. So we'll take a look at stats as I promised. Connor McDavid still over a point per game player on the Canadiens, who are dead last in their division right now. Take a look at what's going on point-wise. McDavid and Marner and Petrolans are leading this team offensively. Cousins, Lee, on rocks. Yeah, he's not earning his top line minutes, so we'll move him down. Move Anders Lee up. See if that helps. Our 4th line has had issues because of injuries. Alex Fiafalo, he is not doing what I was hoping for. Let's take a look at the defense. The only one really making points, but our defense are all in minus except for our top pairing. But we haven't missed a game yet with defense, so that is lucky. Hopefully things can come together as we go with the best lines according to our assistant coach. The loss. So we have 4th and a 7th for another unsigned player. And a 6th. I'm going to edit this. He doesn't have the hockey sense. He's only a 58 overall. So an improvement month as we pick up a number of wins to improve to 17, 15, and 4 after 3 months. We start the month off with a win. We pick up a point in a shootout loss to Columbus. We pick up a win over Colorado, a win over LA. And we still can't, at this point in the year, we still can't win more than 2 games in a row as we lose to the Washington Capitals. We pick up an overtime loss, a point against Tampa. We pick up a win over the Islanders, turn around and lose to Carolina. Pick up an overtime win over Philadelphia. 2 wins in a row as we beat the Ottawa Senators. Our first 3-game winning streak as we defeat the Minnesota Wild. We improved that to 4-game winning streak with the win over the Tampa Bay Lightning. A 5-game winning streak with a win over the Buffalo Sabres. Then we close out the month with a loss to the Islanders to end that 5-game winning streak. We're now 17, 15, and 4. Laval Rocket are 18, 18, and 3. Let's take a look at the stats. As Mitch Marner has moved into the lead for points, we are sitting 4 points out of a playoff spot right now for both our division and for a wild card spot. So Mitch Marner's got 43 points on the year. Connor McDavid just behind him with 42. Pietrangelo with 32 points. Nick Cousins, who's hurt right now, at 24. Anders Lee has 20 points. Philip Deneau at 16. Andre Case with points. Maria, Von Rocks, Annis, McDonough, Wilson. His plus minus has improved, so that is helping him. Carlo still minus 10. Holland a minus 3 in relief work. As we go forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13. Only 13 forwards have dressed for us this year, which is really good. Still with only the 6 defensemen. Other than the top pairing, the rest of them are all have minuses, but hopefully that's improving. I want to take a look at goaltenders. Hit the back button one time too many. So Skinner is 11, 11, and 4 and 27 appearances with 2 shutouts. Malcolm Subban has 6 and 5 in 12 games and 12 appearances. So he's coming for relief once on Skinner. At least Skinner with a .913 save percentage. Subban .902. 2.71, 2.96. So hopefully these two guys will improve over the next few years, as goaltending seems to be pretty much right now our weakest position after moving of Carey Price, but that was to be expected. Let's 72. The end of January and make our decisions on what we're going to put up on the trading block for the last month of the season before the trade deadline. Or last 2 months of the season, I should say. Losing streak before our off week. So we start off with an overtime loss to the Buffalo Sabres, pick up a win against Washington, and start a 3-game losing streak with the Leafs beating us 5-3, 3-1 loss to the Rangers, 3-1 loss to the Devils. We end up picking up a 3-game winning streak with a 4-1 win over Boston, 3-2 over Winnipeg, another 5-2 win over Boston. Pick up a loss to the Washington Capitals, a shootout loss 6-5 to the Boston Bruins, and we close out the month with a 2-1 win and an 8-2 win over the Buffalo Sabres. As we now get set, let's take a look at players and see what we put up on the trade deadline and what we're going to be looking to bring back in. Mitch Marner still leading the team in points. We are now 5 points out of a playoff spot in our division. Six points back, third in our division. And 4 points out of a playoff spot. We aim for the wild card right now. So overall, I am happy with the top line of Marner, McDavid, and Lee right now, I believe. The rookie's fallen off a bit in goals, but Brandon Carlo, you're on the last year of your deal. I'm not going to bring you back with that minus 14 rating. I'm going to see if I can move you out. You are definitely the one player who is going to be put up on the block. Like, he's in a contract year again. He should be playing better, looking to extend that contract. He's improving. He might actually be able to make the team in a year or two, so I'm definitely going to hold on to Xavier Girard. There's a year in the last year of your contract. Let's see if we can get a return on you. And finally, let's put up Baker. He's got a little bit of trade value. And we want to look at forward. At least a second line. Yeah. And let's now go to the deadline and see what happens with this team. A loss. Overtime loss. Shootout loss. So points in the last 2 games. Shutout there. Another 5 games losing streak to start the month out. That is just killed us. 6 losses, only 3 points. 7 losses. 8 losses. So we are going to move out Anders Lee as we are now in a selling position to bring in a first and third, moving out our third and a fourth. I'm going to accept that trade. And we just lost Petrolangelo. Oh, sweet. He's back right away. And we have Tim Gettinger on waivers from the New York Rangers. Let's take a look at his stats. 83 offensive, 79 defensive. He's got decent power, but not accuracy in his shot. He split time last year, moved up. You know what? It might be a good addition to our AHL team. Let's claim this guy off waivers. So we are at the trade deadline. I am going to try to move a Carlos. I'm not going to re-sign him. Hopefully I can bring back a prospect as we are 10 points out of a playoff spot. He's falling off. Patrice Bergeron. Carolina. So we just moved out Carlo for Martin Frick forward. And let's take a look at the trading block again. I'm gonna definitely put my eye on PK Subban come the trade, come free agency. don't have enough to bring him in. I will be over the cap next year, so I won't be doing that trade. I think that just the one trade is all I'm gonna make. As we're going to advance to see if we can put on a late playoff push and pick up some wins in the month of March, which I'm highly doubting right now. Then again, maybe not. Oh, Mitch Marner is done till the 20th, so that just hurt. And what a difference a month makes as we open up the month with a 3-game winning streak. 3-1, 5-3, 4-0. Pick up our first regulation loss to Tampa. That's first loss. And then we go on another 5-game winning streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 of them against Nashville. A second loss in regulation, so that's only 2 losses in the month of March. Another 3-game winning streak. Pick up a shootout loss, so that's another point, so that's a 4-game point streak, 5-game point streak. And before we close out the month with a 3-1 loss to the Detroit Red Wings. We may have actually snuck into the playoffs with that month. And we are sitting in a wild card spot right now with 5 games left on this season. We are just holding on. We need to at least win 4 of the next 5, probably get into the playoffs. Let's see if we can sneak the Montreal Canadiens into the playoffs for their second playoff appearance in 5 years. 2 losses. Need to win these next 3 games. Overtime win. 4-1 win. And a 4-2 loss. So we picked up 2 wins, 3 losses. We finished the year with 90 points. Let's see if that was enough to get us into the playoffs. And it is not. I had a feeling when we lost 3 of the last 5 that we were out. So once again, we just miss out on the playoffs. I'm happy with the direction of the team. 40-win year is not too bad. If we turn some of those overtime losses into 2 points next year, we should be okay. Mitch Marner led the team with 94 points, 24 goals, 70 assists. How close was his line mate, Connor McDavid? He was 5 points ahead of McDavid, who 44 goals for Connor McDavid. That is phenomenal. Our rookie was 17. He fell off by 3 goals, picked up some more assists to improve by 1 point overall for his career. That is okay. He missed 3 games. He's a good drop down. So I'm definitely going to move out Mark Pazek in the offseason with his minus 12. On defense, let's take a look at defense and goalies real quick. So my top 2 defensemen played every single game. That is good. I need to improve on the second, third pairings as they all fell off. Skinner went 27, 23, and 10. Subban with 13 and 10, 9.10, 9.12, 255, 272. So the goals against have to come down on these guys. And just with the right defensive combinations in front of them, that should help. Let's now simulate ahead. By 2 days. See if Laval made the playoffs. And no, the Laval Rockets also did not make the playoffs this year. Let's go to the 20th and see who our award winners are this year. I did drink it all. Okay. And we are just flying to the playoffs right now. Coming up to June, Stanley Cup and Calder Cup trophies should be awarded any day now. And the Dallas Stars are your Stanley Cup champions, and the Calder Cup champions for the HL are the San Diego Gulls. Salary cap is going to 91.245 million. The minimum is going to 71.6. The minimum salary stays the same again, and the maximum player is almost $20 million for a player. I would never pay that money. And we sit with the 15th pick overall in the entry draft this year. So no movement. Let's take a look at who retired from the NHL in this season. Once again, nobody retired from the Montreal Canadiens. Alexander Ovechkin has called it a career at the age of 36. He finishes up with 820 goals on his career. Henrik Zetterberg retires as a member of the New York Rangers. Radim Verbata, Mike Camilleri, Mikko Koivu, Alexander Steen, Chris Kunitz. Dustin Byfuglien retires in Winnipeg. Dave Backus, Dubinsky, Vermont. Dion Phaneuf calling it a career. Stafford, Giordano, Hudler, Goligoski, Kronwall, Niskanen, Hansel, Sakara, Ward, Johnson, Pouliot, Derek Helm, Darren Helm, Steve Bernier, Jay Garrison, Quincy, Mark Stahl, Leo Komarov, Nathan Gerbe, Roy Taro, Dane Beagle, Derek Ryan, Greenwood, Butler, Ben, Wade, Yannick Weber, Card, and that's pretty much it for big NHLs. But the big one is Alexander Ovechkin calling it a career. He had playoffs run. Finishes his final career with 48 goals, 39 assists, 87 points. Just could not get anything done in the playoffs the last few years. So that's probably what led to him deciding to hang up the skates. And he's not missed a game. Like, he's been healthy. He's not missed a game since 2015. He was an Iron Man for the Washington Capitals. Just could not continue playing. Maybe it wasn't the level he was at wanting. Wow. 14 points shy of 1,500 on a career. And let's take a look at the goalies that have retired this year. Henrik Lundqvist, Roberto Longo, and Marc-Andre Fleury are your big names who have retired. Lundqvist with 570 wins, Luongo with 549. Marc-Andre Fleury with 491 wins. Corey Crawford, Mike Smith, Cam Ward, who's on free agents, Jimmy Howard, Al Montoya, Chad Johnson, Jeff Zakkoff, Leland Irving, and Danny Taylor only suited up for 3 NHL games. But Luongo went to 43 years of age before calling it a career. Later he played for the Florida Panthers still, at least. But Marc-Andre Fleury calling it a career after only playing 29 games in his final year, as he became the backup for the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Luongo retired with 85 career shutouts. Wow, that is decent. Ryan McDavid played well. Zach here going up on the block. Isaac, or however you pronounce it. Forward, you're going to go up as well. Isaac's fine. Let's also put up Xander Bouchard. And we are heading into the draft looking to move up forward Isaac and Xavier Bouchard, who's a young prospect, and hopefully we can bring in some defensive help for this team. What the hell did I just do? Oh no, I think I just simulated the draft. Or did it freeze? Come on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just froze out.